Okay. Oh, that's great. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've just traced the outlines. I would normally trace a little bit more, but now for our purpose, I've just traced the outlines. So the point I want to know now is what is the midpoint of this face in the orbital region, where the sphenoid bone will connect with the orbits. So I would draw a line here where they cross each other. And I would now measure between the two orbits, that is 38 degrees, so 38 is 15, it's 19. So 19, that would be the midpoint of the face. I would then drop a vertical line perpendicular with the face. Perpendicular to that baseline. And now I want to look at where's the asymmetry. Is that the patient that we see that we saw there?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Because to me it looked like he had a big canter. I'm not sure where the tooth is here. Now the important thing here for us is that it looks like the dental midlines, his occlusion is already aligned. So the midline, I don't want to disturb the midline, but I can see according to the clinical that to me there's a bigger cant on that clinical than I saw on the that I see here. You see that the cant is not that big, and I'm looking at the gonial angles. I can measure it there. I can look at it there. I can look at the antigonial notch. So let's see there. And I look at the chin. There's the point there and the point there. And we'll do it like that. So we can, and then I will draw a line there and there. So we can see here, we see a bigger cant. So now I can do my triangles like we did on the slides. I'm doing it very fast so that we not waste a lot of time. And I'll go here, about there, it looks okay there. And we do it there. And there. And here. So now we can see our triangles there, and we can see that there's a cant. Interesting, I'm not sure about the teeth. Has he got? Yeah, I think this is, not sure about this area here, because that's where he's got an impacted upper molar. So I'm not sure where this is. Maybe it's a little bit higher, but we're doing this just for explanation. So if I need to know now what's the difference between them, I would drop a vertical line there and a vertical line there, and I can measure and say this is 71 and this is 77, about 7, yeah. So we can see that there's a substantial difference between the two. The important thing that we spoke about this morning is the tooth position of his upper incisor. And I was just looking, when he smiles, and we're going to smile there, or when he's relaxed, the upper incisor is vertically in a good position. So when I do the cant, if I'm going to correct this cant, just hold it like, if I'm going to correct this cant, I can do it by doing it this way, by dropping it this way. I can do it by moving it that way. Now can you see what happens where the tooth is. If I'm going to I'm going to rotate around this area here, I want to correct that. You see that the tooth will shorten. That's the first thing. If I'm going to downgraft only on this side to get the cant corrected, the tooth will lengthen. Okay? The other important thing is, if I rotate, the midline is going to shift to the point, to the fixed point. Let's take an example. I'm going to use it like this, and this is the midpoint of the incisor. Now, if I use this and I'm going to downgraft on the one side, look where the midline's going. It's going to the point, the rotation point. So I'm going to move the midline. So if ever you correct it, you've got to keep the midline in the middle of the face, unless you want to change it. And you know, at the time when we do the surgery, the contact point in the maxilla up there, if we use that as we need to move it across, off the contact point, a little bit to the left. So I would now decide, there's a big difference skeletally, but I think dentally, I can't see the teeth that very well, but I can now see what's the discrepancy, and I can also measure that on my models, what the discrepancy is. Let's see, the cant here, it is 95, and here not much more, 97. 97? Yeah, it looks like it. So the difference here is 4. Yeah, 3. Only 2. I think it's more, but let's take it's 2. So because I want to keep this point exactly where it is, I don't want to change the vertical, and I don't want to change the anteroposterior. I would, because the discrepancy between the two is, let's make it easier, say it is 4. I would come down 2 here, and I'll go up 2 there, and I will make sure that the dental midline's in the middle. Maxilla will tell me. If I've got that asymmetry, I correct the cant in the maxilla first, because it's definitely the easy. To correct the cant in the mandible, it's possible, but it's more difficult. And I can do it in the maxilla more accurate. So once I've done that, I can draw in on a red line the correction of the cant, and I do the correction on the mandible, and I can see I can draw my sagittal split osteotomy on this side and on this side here, and I can see how much the mandible needs to move. And important thing for me here, you'll see here at the bottom here, it looks, I can measure it, the difference, this is 36, it's 15, it's 16, there, that's the middle. So I'm very pedantic here that the midline's a little off, but keep in mind that if I'm going to correct the cant of the occlusal plane, the mandible is going to move that way, and the chin will also move that way. So I expect this chin to be in the middle. But say now we have a case where the midline is there, then it will tell me that and the dental midline is there. It will tell me that I may have to do a genioplasty and move the chin across to get it on that midline. Easy.